All right, let's jump right into it. The Butterfree in the Kanto Cup. So my team is basically Lapras, Safe Swap Lickitung, and then Butterfree Hard Counter in the back. I'll show you guys later. So this team is pretty decent. I'll show you guys later where I go Super Spice, and it's all the pollination Pokemon, Beedrill, Butterfree, Venomoth. It was not a good it's not a good team, considering that I'm super weak to flying and super weak to fire. I had a really difficult time. I went like 4-0 immediately at the start. Alright, so let's get back into this commentary, and I'll show you guys that video. I'll show you guys that match later, towards the end, as a bonus content. Alright, so our Lapras was able to take Snorlax down pretty far. I should have swapped out right there, right into Lickitung, but I was a little slow to respond. I took off basically 2 weeks in a row after I hit top 200 in the leaderboards. I was like, okay, I'm good. I don't need to go up anymore. The queue times were crazy, and even right now my queue times are pretty high. I had to cut it out all for you guys so you can see me jumping straight into matches instead. So this is a pretty good matchup. Bone Club does absolutely nothing, and any ghost move is double resistant, so he's not going to throw any Shadow Bow. It's better to use Power Whip here because it's only single resisted versus Body Slam, which is double resistant. I've had it where before I would try to just lick him down all the way, but here since I lost the Lapras already, I want to survive through and then try to take out the remaining health of the Snorlax. So here I'm gonna throw the body. He's gonna shield because Haunter is extremely fragile. And then perfect timing for Butterfree. Confusion will be destroying this Haunter. So I'll just block the this Shadow Punch, and then just Confusion down. So I'm gonna Fusion down the Snorlax, and goodbye to Haunter. That was good. I'll show you guys my shiny Butterfree can survive and do well in Kanto Cup. Alright, let's go into the match against Andrew. We both like the same pose. I really don't care for the new pose. So here is Charmer. I'm surprised he didn't... So just jumped ahead. This guy's not using double Charmer. I'm surprised because that's been a big thing during the past few... during the season. Everyone's been running double Charmer. It's super annoying. In any case, and then you're gonna get Sylveon, so another Charmer coming in next week. But Lapras can handle itself pretty well against Wigglytuff. So I'm gonna shield this up, and I'm gonna try to finish up the Wigglytuff with Surf. I probably should have went for Skull Bash instead, so that I will go into the next match. So now they come in with their Muck. So I'm going to try to throw another Surf. Deal some additional damage. Okay, and I'm going to jump into my Lickitung. So they're also running Spice here with Dodrio. So I totally don't know what moveset it has. I'm assuming is it using Peck? It might be using Peck, which is a poor energy generation move. So I'm going to try to take it out with my Body Slams here. And Lickitung is pretty thick, so I should be able to survive. So I survived the Drill Peck. And I'm going to go for another Body Slam. Hopefully they don't shield here. Okay, so they shield, and let me continue going. I can't take my Butterfree in here because Butterfree is weak to flying, being half bug. Alright, so I'm gonna go for another Body Slam. Let's see if they shield. Nope, they don't. I'm gonna go down, and I'm gonna try to lick down the Muck or get to my Body Slam. There we go. So I think they farmed too much or something, because they were at 4, or maybe I won the CMP tie. Yeah, I did. So I won the CMP tie here. I'm gonna let this go, and then see if Butterfree can finish this guy off. But first, I know he has a lot extra energy, so I'm gonna bring back in Lapras. And Snarl doesn't do that much damage, so there's no way he can snarl me down before I get to Surf. Alright, And now we're gonna come in with Butterfree to finish this match up. And I know I can take a Dark Pulse, and if I'm correct, I remember Bug resists poison, so I don't have to worry about Sludge Wave. Alright, there we go. I took him out without even having to use Signal Beam. I was trying to get the Signal Beam. Alright, let's jump into the next one against JL Newman. Alright, Lickitung. This isn't necessarily a good lead. Lickitung's Power Whip will hurt. But you'll be able to get to Skull Bash before he gets to Power Whip. So here, I know that this is not the Power Whip. So that's why I let it go. I was right, it was Body Slam. And I'm going to get to my Skull Bash here. This is going to hurt. It won't kill though. Because Lickitung is pretty thick. So the defense buff is good here. So I should be able to get to... So here, this is definitely going to be the Power Whip, because earlier he tried to bait me. Alright, so I shielded the Power Whip correctly. Power Whip takes about like half of your health. So that's why I shielded there. And I farmed up a little more knowing that I will get to my Surf before he gets to his Body Slam. Alright, so I'm down one shield, but that's okay. So to bring in the Ninetales, so I'm gonna throw my Surfs here, and he's gonna have to throw a Weather Ball before I go down. I'm gonna try and get to another Surf. So he gets to the Weather Ball, so they can get to the Weather Ball pretty quickly. Now I'm gonna let this go, and I'm jumping in my Lickitung, because of course Butterfree does not want to see Ninetales. Fire would completely destroy it. So I'm gonna try to Body Slam, Lick and Body Slam this Ninetales down. I was contemplating on shielding this next move, but I knew I had to save that shield for my Butterfree. So whether this was gonna be a Weather Ball or a Solar Beam, I was gonna take it regardless. And good thing was just a Weather Ball bait, and because of that, I know this next one is gonna be a Weather Ball again. And I'll definitely make it to Body Slam before he finishes off, before he gets to the last Weather Ball. So they snuck in a Fire Spin there, but it's okay. Because he's basically dead. And unfortunately, it's a Marowak in the back. So we'll have to see if my Butterfree can do this. Good thing he went for Bone Club, because Butterfree double resist Bone Club, because it's a bug and it's a flying, so it like does no damage, and of course there's a Trash Move on top of that. So here I'm gonna try to get to the Psychic before I go down. Hopefully I can. So I can't. He was probably afraid of another Psychic, so that's why he went for his Bone Club. But that gives me a chance here to come in with Lickitung and potentially win. So I shield here. I probably should have went for the Body Slam. That would have been enough to kill it, because Marowak isn't that strong in terms of defense. See, that was my mistake there. I over farmed and just trying to go for the Power Whip, when in reality I probably only needed a Body Slam. So that's my mistake, not knowing that matchup that well. Let's go into the next match. Alright, Snorlax. So we saw this match earlier, and I made a mistake earlier in letting my Lapras die. So hopefully this time I can fix it and correct myself and not lose this matchup. So I know this is a Body Slam. And then I'm going to go straight for my Skull Bash here. So he shields the Skull Bash. So with him farming up, I know that most likely he's farming up to 2 superpowers to try and take my Lapras out. So he's gonna release his double superpower. I'm gonna shield the first one, and I know that since I got a defense boost and now he's debuffed himself, I will be able to survive the next superpower. But instead of releasing it, he just jumped out instead. And Here, I probably should have jumped out immediately to Butterfree, but I was still learning this team, so it took me a little bit to get to Butterfree. Otherwise, I would have taken him out easily. As you can see now, Confusion is destroying the Polygraph. I thought he had Ice Punch, that's why I shielded there. But luckily, a good thing it was a good shield because that was a Hydro Pump, which would have taken me out. Since Butterfree is not the tankiest of Pokemon, but it has very decent attack. So here I saved enough from all those confusions. I'm gonna go for my Signal Beam. He shields it, and then now I can go for another Signal Beam. For stab damage. Instead of going for the Psychic. I don't know which one. I think Signal does more damage because it has stab, while Psychic is more of a coverage move. So he went for Ice Beam to take me out. But I have Lickitung left, and Lickitung should be able to finish up this game because of how much, how thick it is. Yep, so permanent knows, and they gave up. Alright, let's go into one more match with this team. Lapras into Hypno. Shadow Hypno too. So, either they're running Thunder Punch and Shadow Ball, or Thunder Punch and Fire Punch. I'm not sure, but I'm going to play it out to see what he has. So I'm hit the Surf here. Continue farming up. Right. So I'm gonna shield this to see what it's what he has. And there's a Thunder Punch. Okay. I'm gonna go for the Surf here, and most likely they're gonna shield because I shielded already, and they are probably at another Thunder Punch. So I'm surprised he swapped out there to his own Lapras. I'm gonna jump into Lickitung now. And he's farming up a lot. I'm thinking this might be a Skull Bash, but I'm gonna tank it. Because I know a Lickitung can tank it. So there we go. I tanked it. It's okay. I'm gonna go for the Power Whip, and because he had the Skull Bash, most likely he won't shield this. But he'll still take a ton of damage, which will give me enough. Because I switched in a little bit late earlier, I wasn't able to get to Body Slam before he got to his Surf. But otherwise, if I switched in as soon as he switched, I would have won that match. And here, my play here is to try and farm down the Lapras. I know this is definitely a Surf, so I'm not going to shield it. And I'm going to continue farming down this Lapras. So here they bring in Rapid Dash. So that was a surprise move. So I'm gonna rip off this 2 double Surfs in a row before he can get to an Incinerate. There we go. And I'm gonna jump into. So you think this would be a bad idea, but since he hasn't gotten any Incinerates off, I know that I'll be fine to Confusion down that Rapidash. And then here, I'm going to be able to take out the Hypno with my Signal Beam. I didn't want to risk him being able to toss a Thunder Punch. Another one. So here we go. And then I should be able to Confusion down the Rapidash here. There we go. Goodbye, Rapidash. So this team did pretty well for me today. Pretty balanced team. And now I'm going to show you some spice. The team you saw earlier, the Triple Pollination team. Now, you think this would be a winning match for me, but you'll see how they only need one Pokemon to take out my entire team. Either Marowak, a Fire Pokemon, or they just need one Fire or one Flying, and then my entire team is dead. So in this case, it looks like I'm doing well, right? Because I have the good match against Wigglytuff, so I'm gonna jump in with my Shadow Venomoth here, and to try and take out the Snorlax. And so I tossed a Silver Wind here, and I think I'm gonna get the boost. Not yet. I think I'm gonna get the boost the second time I toss it. I'm gonna shield. Come on, shield. Yep, I'm gonna shield. And I'm gonna go for the Silver Wind again. I double shield because I really want to showcase this Venomoth here. Alright. So since Venomoth is poison, it should be able to resist those charms. And I'm going to toss a Silver Wind now. And I know it resisted, but I was trying to get a shield. And I did get the boost there. So now, this Psychic, because of that boost, this Psychic kills. And of course, in the back, they have Marowak. This is one of these try-hard people. Instead of playing Spice, you know, this is my fault for not being able to win, right? I should be skilled enough to win with Spice, but no. My team is not flexible enough to do that. So if there's any flying or any fire, this team is done. And then of course I stuck it in all the way just to showcase my Spice of a shiny Beedrill, shiny Butterfree, and Shadow Venomoth. But this team went 0-4, and then the last match that I went back to the Butterfree team that you saw earlier, and I won it. I won the match to salvage my set. Alright, so that's pretty much it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the team, and I'll see you guys next time, and I'll try to bring more Spice. Maybe I'll switch out the Butterfree with Shadow Venomoth in my team, and show you guys some more Spice. Alright, I'll talk to you guys next time. Have fun with the Kanto Cup.